And that just really hurts because I want to protect her for as long as possible, and I don't want her to feel any different.
Hi guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we have in fact got a Saccone update. We've got an update on Saccone because lately it's a bit of a weird one. I've covered them for such a long time, okay? And they go through different phases, and I don't know if you guys have picked up on this as well. They'll go through like different phases, testing out the waters, seeing what works. They do this quite a lot. So at the minute, Anna has been doing her whole, well, she went through a phase of doing her whole like toxic boy mum.
I never thought that I would be that toxic boy mum. I love my 4 kids equally, but that last little boy just hits different. And now I feel like I'm having this existential crisis. Before I wouldn't be that mum, that toxic boy mum. He hits his sisters, he punches them. I'm like, maybe he's having a hard day.
Which I've been asked quite a few times, like, what does that mean? And I'm just gonna throw up the definition right here. But you know, she was kind of teasing people, saying, you know, that she favorites one of her children and that she forgives her child because he's a boy and he hits and kicks his sisters, but it's okay because she's a toxic boy mum. Something a little bit to that effect, okay? She then started receiving a lot of backlash, like a lot of backlash for it. And before this, Anna's TikTok and Instagram and that used to be semi-free of any negativity. Jonathan's on the other hand, because he was very heavily featuring Edie and he was titling everything, you know, like my transgender daughter, you know, really exploiting her in that sort of way. He would be the one that would get the most amount of backlash. I do think that on their Saccone channel, they must moderate those comments, or they must have blocked a lot of people, because earlier on last year, they used to get so many more negative comments, you know, because people were outraged that he would exploit his kid like that. And now they don't really get any negative comments, so it's either A, they're moderating it, or B, people just don't care anymore. I'll always sort of cover them whenever anything new happens. I said in the last video that I thought, because they kept on mentioning about, you know, Jonathan had this realization that maybe they would pull the kids out of school and they'd take them away for a year and all of this. And since then, they've sort of been hinting a little bit more about the fact that they could be doing that. And I'm not here trying to like stir up drama. I've just been literally watching pretty much all of their content recently because I've just been interested in what they've been doing. Anna has, of course, been like baiting and being a bit combative with her TikToks. And I don't think she's used to people then turning around and giving her shtick for it, because it's usually Jonathan. There are a couple of things that both Anna and Jonathan have been doing recently which have sort of made me go like, what is going on? Like, and I'm gonna break it down and I'm gonna try and like tread quite carefully with this, because Anna in one of her videos is talking about an incident that happened at the school where she felt like she was being bullied.
Maybe it didn't happen, but I also feel like I'm kind of gaslighting myself into thinking that something didn't happen because it was so bizarre.
So we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna try and like just add my own opinions onto this, and to see like some of it is stuff that they said, like just had a bit of opinion based.
Parenting is just hard, like, right? Like, we all can agree that parenting is hard.
Last week at some point, or was it earlier on this week? Was it last week? Whoever, whatever, she did was it a story or a TikTok? She did one of which, where she was basically coming on and crying about the fact that she wants Edie, who is the transgender daughter, to be more accepted and to try and protect her for as long as possible. And say, anyway, I'll play you the clip.
Parenting is just hard, like, right? Like, we all can agree that parenting is hard. I have been blessed with 4 children, one of which is trans. Sometimes things are difficult, not because of her, because of just society and like how things are. I just want my child to be happy, and I just want her to have the same as every other little girl. You come across like roadblocks where she's not treated the same way, and that just really hurts, because I want to protect her for as long as possible, and I don't want her to feel any different. I don't even know the reason why I'm posting this video. To be honest, this is like completely out of my comfort zone. I just felt like it was important to share because this is real life.
And the thing is that in theory, if she wasn't a family vlogger and she wasn't heavily exploiting Edie's journey, and they hadn't been for the past year, and they'd been quite quiet about it. They just let her explore what was going on her own terms without being thrusted into the limelight. If that was the case, I'd be like, yeah, obviously, like, we need to be more accepting of other people. Obviously, I can understand. Haven't had experience with it, but I can relate because I'm a mum and just a human being. And yeah, of course, you need to be more accepting. But the thing is that it was the one thing she said.
She's not treated the same way, and that just really hurts because I want to protect her for as long as possible, and I don't want her to feel any different.
The problem is that where is that level of protection? And this is going to be a bit ranty, and I'm sorry for this, but where the hell is the protection when you are literally when you had been making video after video of my transgender daughter, like literally videos in a row, just heavily exploiting her? That's not protecting her. When they went on and they did like a mini documentary or whatever, I've forgotten who, with TLC or something, where was the protection there? The thing is that you have offered no protection for your daughter to be able to actually explore and understand what's going on. You've just taken it and you have made bank off of it, and that's not protecting your kid. And I don't know where she's getting these sorts of like feedback from. I'm on a farm, so there's going to be like farm machinery outside. I don't know where she's getting this from. Do you know what I mean? Like, where the hell's the protection? You're not protecting her. You haven't been protecting her. And I'm sorry if that sounds really mean, but both parents, Jonathan and Anna, have not been protecting and nurturing any of this. They've literally been exploiting it for money. They've made a lot of money off of this. And the thing is that it's completely hypocritical. They have put her out in such a way that she's going to have people bullying her, people typing horrible things about her, all of this kind of stuff, like being nasty and mean in the comment section, which she is then going to read one day. Where is the protection in that? They haven't given her the privacy that she needed to be able to understand what's going on. So when she grows up and when she wants to put herself out into the world in whatever career, in whatever way she wants to, she's always going to have this perceived idea of who she is because her whole journey has been documented online. That's not protecting your child, and I'm sorry if that comes across as harsh, but I don't think there's any protection going on there.
I experienced something this week where it was just a very mean girls situation, and I don't really know what to do.
There's another part as well where Anna's talking about bullying and is talking about, you know, wanting people to be more kind and things. And she's basically talking about this happening that happened at the school gates. Now, once again, we are talking about the school, and the school has popped up several times. They've talked about the homework being too much. They've talked about the school structure being too much. They've talked about wanting to actually take their kids out maybe for a year. Do you know what I mean? They keep on mentioning school, and it's also pretty prevalent as well in the fact that they took one of their kids out for like a mental health day or whatever.
Amelia won't be able to make it to school today.
Sometimes life, even at 10 years old, can be a little overwhelming, and you need a day off.
I think all kids should be entitled to have a mental health day. That's not what I'm saying. Lord knows my mental health can be absolutely awful. However, they literally just went back to school, so whether or not that's even, if that was even genuine or not, I've got no idea. But what, once again, they keep on talking about the school. That's all I'm going to say. I wouldn't be surprised if they take the kids out of school. That's all I'm trying to say.
More, but I obviously don't want to cause drama or anything, but it was a really bizarre thing that happened, and part of me was like, am I imagining this?
Incident that happened at the school gates where she felt like she was bullied or left out, but she doesn't really go into a lot of detail about what was happening. Fairly ironic, and the fact that, and this may sound really mean because we've all experienced like mean mums, you know, being left out. I've experienced it. I'm sure a lot of you guys have experienced it as well at the school gates. I will say that maybe they have been watching their channel, maybe they've been picking up on what's going on. I mean, I've got a fair amount of criticism towards them. If you were to then see them in real life, would you have would you still have those same thoughts? I don't know, because I've never bumped into a YouTuber that I watch, so I don't even know what my reaction would be, but I can imagine some of the mums may watch their content and go, ooh, especially at the way that Anna's TikTok and stuff has been lately. But that may just be me completely overstepping the mark in what may have happened. Either way, it doesn't matter, but she's once again coming on and she's extremely upset. Now, weirdly enough, were these two incidents in any way related, you know, where she's getting really, really upset about Edie, and then she's also getting upset because something's happening, kids being bullied, like she's being bullied at the school gates and all of this. She then has another bit, this is in her last vlog. She's basically talking about how she's having a really, really hard time at the minute and that it doesn't pay, you know, people should be nice, you know, the whole brunt of it. And you hear influencers saying this kind of stuff all the time, and she's talking about things that are going on behind the scenes.
I hate coming on here and being negative. I really, really hate it. More than anything, it's just like, I don't even like it. The way I am on camera, I like to think is how I am in real life. But obviously people are different, like within the privacy of their own home, people act slightly differently, right? Because they're more like themselves, they're more relaxed and that kind of thing. And I know I have a lot to be grateful for. It's just, this week in particular has been difficult. I know I spoke a bit about the whole, I don't even want to say bullying thing, but like the weird thing that has been going on. And I think that's affected me more this week because there's been a lot more going on behind the scenes as well. And I think that's just my message for today, is that, because I don't want to reiterate the whole thing, it's not a big deal. Like, I don't think I would normally even be that bothered about it. I think I just was more bothered about it because of the fact that I'm dealing with so many other things, as is everybody. Like, everybody is dealing with multiple things at any one given time. I'm no different to anybody else. I'm not special. I don't think I'm special. I don't think I'm, you know, worthy of anybody's sympathy, because we are all going through it, right? But I think that's my point, is that, like, I always give people that grace. Like, I would hope that I always try to be kind and, like, nice to everybody, because even if they're rude to me, right? Because I'm like, well, they're being rude and kind of nasty, but I'm sure there's something going on.
Everyone has got stuff going on behind the scenes, and I'm not going to comment on it because everyone's got a bit of stuff going on. And a part of me does feel bad for her, but another part of me is also just going, when she's saying that, you know, she feels like she's being bullied, you know, and she wants people to be nice. The thing is that, and I'm going to bring it back to the kids, because this is what mostly my channel, you know, I talk about child exploitation, I talk about trying to, like, keep kids safe and stuff, but you only have to look at some of their comment section about some of their kids, and it's just really, really nasty. Like, where is the safety net? Where is the nurturing? Where is the, like, trying to protect your kids away from bullies and trying to be nice in that? When you leave all of your comments open and people are commenting harsh stuff about your kids, they've always left all their comments on, and people are saying horrible, nasty things about their kids, and about, like, you know, Jonathan putting out videos of Amelia singing, like, off key, which obviously most times she is, she's only small. People then ripping her to shreds for that. They've got absolutely no issue with them putting up any of this content about their kids and people belittling and being mean and saying all this and that about their kids. As soon as it turns on them, as soon as any of the negative energy starts going towards them, they then freak out. They then go, oh no, well, do you know, and Anna in particular, I don't think Anna's used to having this amount of backlash on her TikToks, I'm going to be completely honest. And I think part of it is to do with what she may have experienced at the school gates, and another part of it is to do with the fact that she's now getting negative attention on TikTok. She's tried coming out and making subsequent videos being like, you know, it doesn't pay to be kind, guys, you know, it doesn't cost anything to be nice, all this kind of stuff. And this is after she started getting a lot of backlash. And all I'm trying to say, right, the main takeaway for all of this, you can't talk about bullying, you can't talk about wanting to protect your children and all of this when you're doing the types of things that they have or have done. I think it is pretty hypocritical, and I'm going to be completely honest. And there's always a part of me that feels bad for her. Of course, I'm human. I do feel bad for her when she's saying that she feels sad and all this. But it always just redirects me back to the fact that, like, you should be protecting your kids more from bullying and stuff, but then do you know what I mean? Like, people, they're going to go out into the world and people are already going to have an idea of them. And it does also go on to say that, you know, she's not a fake person and all this. And I think there's like some stuff going on behind, like she says, there's some stuff going on behind the scenes. You know, it is what it is, but it's like the boy who cried wolf. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, the people who I feel the most bad for is the kids. And I don't know, a lot of people will just watch her videos and just take it for like face value and just be like, oh, well, she's going through a crap time, she's being bullied, but I don't know, that's just what I think. Anyway, have a wonderful day wherever you guys are in this world. Take care of each other, take care of yourselves, and I will catch up with you guys in the next video.